Though Stoicism and Islam hail from vastly different origins, Stoicism from ancient Greece around 300 BC and Islam from the Middle East about a millennium later, there are fascinating connections worth exploring. Despite their distinct nature, Stoicism as a philosophy and Islam as a religion both offer intriguing overlaps in their teachings. What is Stoicism? Founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC, Stoicism is a philosophy that holds virtue as the ultimate good and advocates living in harmony with nature for a fulfilling life. Recently, Stoicism has gained popularity for its practical tips on managing anxiety, pursuing goals, and achieving inner peace. As Epictetus wisely said, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. What is Islam? Islam, meaning submission to the will of God, is a monotheistic religion founded by the Prophet Muhammad. With around 2 billion followers, it stands as the world's second largest religion, following Christianity. Islam's teachings are captured in the Quran, believed to be God's final and unaltered message, delivered through prophets including Adam, Ibrahim, Moses, and Jesus Isa. Although Islam is a relatively recent major religion, it has had a profound global impact since its emergence in the 7th century. A brief history of Islam. Islam began in Mecca, present-day Saudi Arabia, where Muhammad was born around 570 AD. As God's final prophet, Muhammad began receiving divine revelations from the angel Gabriel in 610 AD, while meditating in a cave. He spent his life preaching these messages, emphasizing the oneness of God and the necessity of submission to Allah. His migration to Medina in 622 AD, known as the Hijrah, marks the start of the Islamic calendar. Muhammad later returned to Mecca with his followers and continued spreading Islam until his death in 632 AD. Spread of Islam. After Muhammad's death, Islam spread rapidly under the leadership of the caliphs. Beginning with Abu Bakr and Umar, both close to Muhammad, the religion expanded across the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and Europe during the early caliphates. The Ottoman Empire, which emerged from this expansion, ruled significant parts of the Middle East from 1517 to 1917, before dissolving after World War I. The two major sects of Islam. Following Muhammad's death, a dispute over his succession led to the division into two major sects, Sunnis and Shiites. Sunnis, who make up about 90% of Muslims, accept the first four caliphs as rightful successors. Shiites believe that only Ali, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, and his descendants are the true successors. Significant Shiite communities are found in Iraq, Syria, and Iran. Similarities between Stoicism and Islam. Despite their foundational differences, Stoicism as a philosophy and Islam as a religion, there are striking similarities. Ethics and virtue. Both Stoicism and Islam emphasize the importance of living virtuously. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore guard accordingly and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature." Islam also stresses striving for virtue, as highlighted in Surah Al-Najm 53:39, "Man will not get anything unless he works hard." Inner peace. Both traditions advocate for inner tranquility, though through different means. Stoics seek peace by accepting what they cannot control and aligning with nature, while Muslims achieve peace through submission to God's will. Detachment from materialism. Both Stoicism and Islam warn against excessive attachment to material wealth. Islam teaches the importance of sharing wealth and avoiding greed, as stated in the Quran 2:177. Similarly, Stoicism cautions against materialism, with Seneca the Younger noting, "It is not the man who has little, but he who desires more that is poor." Acceptance of fate. Both Stoicism and Islam promote embracing one's fate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear," advocating for acceptance of all experiences. Stoics practice amor fati, or the love of one's fate, while Islam assures that Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Quran. Philosophy vs. Religion. Stoicism is a philosophy focused on personal virtue and alignment with nature. Islam, on the other hand, is a structured religion providing comprehensive divine guidelines for living a righteous life. Exploring the divergent paths Stoicism and Islam. Though Stoicism and Islam emerged in vastly different times and places, Stoicism in ancient Greece around 300 BC and Islam in the Middle East about a millennium later, there are intriguing intersections worth exploring. Here's a closer look at how these two distinct systems of thought align and diverge. Beliefs about the afterlife. When it comes to the afterlife, Stoicism offers a more nebulous perspective. Figures like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius suggest that death is a release from worldly burdens, but their views are not uniform. In contrast, Islam provides a clear and structured vision of the afterlife with definitive concepts of heaven Jannah and hell Jahannam, offering a detailed roadmap for the hereafter. Social structure. Stoicism acknowledges our role within a broader societal framework, encouraging individuals to contribute positively to the community. However, it leans towards personal virtue and self-development. Islam, on the other hand, places a strong emphasis on community and a defined social structure with a hierarchy of religious leaders. Despite this, Stoic philosophy also highlights social responsibility, as Marcus Aurelius points out, since you are an integral part of a social system, let every act of yours contribute to the harmonization of social life. The purpose of life. The purpose of life in Stoicism and Islam marks a significant difference. Stoicism advocates for personal flourishing through reason and alignment with nature, aiming for a virtuous and fulfilled life. Marcus Aurelius encapsulates this idea. A man's true greatness is found in the awareness of his honest purpose in life, based on a true understanding of himself and everything else, through regular self-reflection and consistent adherence to what he knows is right, without worrying about others' opinions or actions. In contrast, Islam teaches that life's primary purpose is to submit to and worship God, with adherence to the Quranic guidelines revealed to Muhammad. In this view, earthly life is a test to determine one's eternal fate, whether entry into Jannah paradise or Jahannam hell. Sufism and Stoicism. When comparing Stoicism to Islam, Sufism, a mystical branch of Islam, offers an intriguing parallel. Sufism emphasizes introspection and a personal connection with the divine, mirroring Stoic practices. Rumi's reflection on turning inward during adversity aligns with Stoic principles. Every difficulty in life presents us with an opportunity to turn inward and invoke our inner resources. Though modern Stoicism is often seen as secular or agnostic, its views on divinity are nuanced. Marcus Aurelius considered living virtuously regardless of divine existence. Live a good life. If gods are just, they will value your virtues. If not, you should not worship them. If there are no gods, you will still have lived a noble life. Meanwhile, Epictetus viewed self-mastery as a divine responsibility. God has entrusted me with myself. No man is free who is not master of himself. Islam and Stoicism, a comparative glimpse. Islam focuses on monotheism and requires a structured routine of rituals, prayers, and religious laws dedicated to Allah. Stoicism, by contrast, is a philosophy centered on the pursuit of virtue and self-improvement, with varying opinions among its philosophers. As Marcus Aurelius noted, nothing is evil which is according to nature. Knowledge and insight. Delving into these worldviews, whether as a Stoic, a Muslim, or an inquisitive learner, provides valuable insights into diverse belief systems. By comparing Stoicism and Islam, we uncover both their commonalities and their unique perspectives, enriching our understanding of life and purpose. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe to stay updated with more enlightening insights and explorations.